bloopers tape while we're rolling?
I'll try not to.
Also, we're live on Facebook as well. So
good call.
just so everyone knows.
Okay,
And ABC ready.
Okay. Well, it's great to be here with Deputy Prime Minister McCormack and Minister for Decentralisation, Senator Mackenzie, National Party candidate Pat Conahan, on what is a great day for Coffs Harbour. We're here today to announce the location of some great new jobs into the regions. Coffs Harbour is not only a great place to live, it's a great place to do business. And the government realises that and the importance that regional Australia has to play in our national economy. Greater decentralisation means greater economic output and the opportunity for people to make a lifestyle choice as well as an employment choice. It's great to have you in the electorate, Deputy Prime Minister. Over to you.
Well, fantastic to be here in your electorate for the second time this week, and amazing to be in Coffs Harbour. I love Coffs Harbour. My family and I holiday at Coffs Harbour regularly, and what better place to locate the regional headquarters for the Australian Maritime Safety Authority. What better place to have 50 new jobs, making sure that the AMSA obligations are met.
Climate emergency, no more coal! 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 Climate emergency, no more coal!
I don't realise that 60% of Australia's power comes from coal. 60% of coal makes sure that our businesses, our homes are able to run. The fact is, coal provides baseload power for 60% of Australian businesses. Now, if they want jobs to go away,
we need action now. Climate action now.
Thank you. No more coal.
What do we want?
Stop Adani.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Stop Adani.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Stop Adani.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Stop Adani.
Climate action now.
When are you going to listen to your constituents, to
Yes.
the people of Australia? Nobody wants this mine. Nobody wants new coal mines. We need to stop Adani now.
Well
Cowper wants no more coal.
No more bloody coal.
No more coal. Cowper wants no
climate
more
action.
coal. Cowper wants no more coal.
coal.
Cowper wants
Clean
no more
energy.
coal. Cowper wants no more 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 coal. No more coal. Turn around and look at the younger generation that will all be affected by this.
Just a question about your younger generation. How come you're not at school today?
None of your business. None of your business, actually. But
Oh no, you wanted
It's
questions.
actually the report writing day. They have a pupil free day. So.
Excellent, thank you.
What do you really cared about?
Well, there's no need for language. I mean, you've come down here, you've made your point, there's no
and
need to
next
swear.
week,
You
do your
need
lesson.
to swear. So how
on the
about
Do your
30th
lesson.
no need to swear. None of us have sworn. We've
Who
let
is
you have your say.
swearing?
So how about
on
no,
the
there was language, and we don't appreciate it.
30th of
In front of young
November,
people,
you will
particularly
be
in front of
faced
kids. You want a better future? Stop swearing.
nationally.
Okay.
Yeah, what about
School
swearing?
students
But
are
he's
going
got
on
war coming up.
strike. The
Pollute
future
the
of our
atmosphere.
country will all be on strike
goodness
next
Maybe you should tell those
Friday.
school students that 60% of
God's
our
sake,
businesses,
listen to
our schools
people.
are powered by coal.
Yes, and
Maybe
we
you should
want
tell
to change
people.
that.
Maybe you should tell people
Michael,
that regional
we
jobs
want to
rely
change
on
that.
coal. That's
Maybe
fantastic.
you
So
should
you've made your
tell
point.
the next generation that you are giving them no hope for their future by keeping investing in non-renewables.
Well, the great
What's wrong
thing
with
about the announcement
renewables?
today is that we are backing the future of the young people growing up here in Coffs Harbour
They have no
by
future.
decentralising
Rubbish.
the Australian
Rubbish.
Maritime Safety Council and having local jobs, high paying, career focused
There's a
jobs.
mix. There's a mix for renewables, for coal. But look, you've had your say. How about we announce a really good thing?
We've had our...
Well, there's no need for that
We
one.
just
I want
like
a
you
future
to
for my
listen here
grandchildren.
and act like the Prime Minister.
He couldn't care less.
Listen
Concerned
here
about
and
the
act.
warming
Couldn't
world
care less.
and my grandchildren's future. We have to stop burning coal.
Yes, you're right
We
there,
have an
buddy.
infinite resource, the sun.
Well, I'm sure
The
you'd
biggest
like to go up
resource
to
anyone could ever
Queensland.
have.
I'm sure you'd like to go wherever they dig coal
And
and
they
face those
are-
people and say that You don't have a job. You don't have a future as well.
What
So
jobs
you've
are
had
in
your
the
say.
Adani
You've had your
mine?
say.
What jobs are in the Adani
Except the
mine?
job
There
in
are no
renewables.
jobs.
They're going to
Except the
automate
job in
the
renewables
Adani
is
mine.
what you have.
The jobs are in clean energy.
Exactly.
And
We
at
want
the
a
same
clean
energy.
time,
future.
your government
There's a
is spruiking the Adani mine. There are hundreds of jobs.
Well, Bill Shorten once spruiked the Adani
We're
mine
not
too.
talking
Bill
about
Shorten
Bill
says
Shorten.
one thing. He says one thing.
We
when
are
he's out
talking
of Queensland.
about you.
He says
You
a
are the
completely different thing
government.
when
You
he's
are
in
the
Melbourne.
leaders at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine.
So which way are you taking us?
how
Are
many
you
jobs-
taking
Well, I'm
us
going to
renewables?
announce dozens of new jobs for Coffs Harbour if
How
you'd
many
like to let
jobs
me
are
go.
going
Which is
to be
great
lost on the
news.
Great Barrier
Great
Reef?
Which is
news for
fantastic
Coffs Harbour.
news. Fantastic
Great
news
news.
for Coffs Harbour. The Australian
61,000
Maritime Safety Authority is going to have a regional headquarters in Coffs Harbour. Now this has been advocated for by Luke Hartsinger. Decentralisation is so important to our nation, and Pat Conahan, the Nationals candidate for Cowper, is also very, very much behind this move. I'm delighted that I'm here with Bridget McKenzie. She is the Minister, amongst other things, for decentralisation. She knows how important it is to move many of these jobs, indeed new offices, out of the capital cities, indeed out of Canberra. A fantastic decentralisation story once, but we need to move some of these jobs, a lot of these jobs, into the regional areas, particularly the AMSA, the Authority for the Maritime Safety, particularly moving it out of Canberra where I don't see too many ships, and moving it to a place on the coast. And what better place to have this than Coffs Harbour? It's an important move. It's not just going to benefit Coffs Harbour, this move by ANSA, it's also going to benefit places such as Port Hedland, Karratha, Geraldton in Western Australia. It's also going to benefit Mackay and Gladstone in Queensland, and Ely Beach, where there's going to be 3 new jobs created. This is fantastic news for regional Australia, and I'd like to ask Bridget McKenzie to make a few comments about AMSA.
Oh, thanks, boss.
We'll just swap places here, right?
Great, excellent. Well, it's absolutely fantastic to be here in beautiful Coffs Harbour. As the first Australian decentralisation minister, putting action for this government actually backing regional jobs.
Don't hold up.
Sorry, thanks, Dale.
It's all good.
You've
Not
made your
above the
point. I
face.
think everybody has known that you're against the Adani mine. Everybody in Australia knows.
And good on you for
I'm
having it.
actually
The
just
faces
trying to
of
announce
the
some
future here
local jobs.
that are concerned, more
So
concerned
this
than
is
you
part
are.
Would you
of
just give us a bit of courtesy and just let us actually have our press conference, and we'd be happy to have a chat with you. Okay? Could we just have our press conference? Then we're happy to have a conversation with you. But yep, thank you. And if you could just not put it above the face, because that's that's not polite. So you're right to do it, Dale. There's no drama about that. Just not above Bridget's face. Thanks.
So, this is announcing our second tranche of decentralisation as a federal government. Decentralisation of public service jobs out of Canberra, out of cities like Sydney and Melbourne, into regions like here on the Central North Coast and beyond is core business for the Liberal National Government. And indeed, as a member of the National Party, we've been advocating to grow regional communities like Coffs Harbour by ensuring that we have career options, right from retail entry jobs right through to high-end public servant jobs. And AMSA's decision to actually have a goal of regionalisation within their entire workforce, to see 50% of AMSA's workforce out across regional Australia, I think is to be commended. And as the Minister for Decentralisation, I would like to encourage other agencies, other entities to similarly not see living out in regional Australia as a deficit. You can have a fantastic lifestyle, a rewarding career, and actually enjoy what I did this morning, a fabulous walk out to the Rookery every single morning. It's not just at holiday time. So our government's putting our money where our mouth is and actually ensuring that we get high quality jobs out into regional Australia. So AMSA, thank you very much, Gary, for doing that. And we know that locally you're going to have upwards of 50 jobs, full-time jobs here over coming years, and that will be also distributed right throughout regional Australia. We're also shifting the Australian Law Reform Council out of Canberra and Sydney, which is fantastic news as well, and we are, as a government, will be making more announcements going forward. Since we've come to power, we've put more than 1,000 jobs out into the regions, and we're looking forward to making more announcements and growing regional economies over the coming months. How much will this move cost? Well, that's all being determined by AMSA themselves and will be absorbed within their budget.
great in theory, but in practice is this a failure, as we've seen with the move of the APVMA to Armidale? Is it true only 4 out of 200 odd jobs have actually moved?
I think with regard to the move of the APVMA, I think in a decade's time we'll be very, very thankful that we put a centre of excellence around regulatory science out in the regions. We know we've got a shortage of regulatory scientists right throughout the nation, not just at a federal level, but our state governments are screaming out for those scientists. So having that based at a university, a centre of excellence, I think will be a decision that we'll be thanking ourselves that we made at that point in time. In terms of, you know, the positive aspects of this particular announcement, I'm absolutely confident that these will be jobs that will bring people that want to live and work and enjoy Coffs Harbour and beyond. And it won't just be that one person that's coming. Partners come, children come, which means there's more people in your small businesses locally, there's more kids in your schools, there's more, which has an absolutely fantastic flow-on effect to the broader economy here in Coffs and beyond. So I can only see the upside. When I spoke to the Mayor of Orange, who about the move from the New South Wales government at the time, many decades ago, about shifting the Department of Agriculture out there, he said, you know, there would be a riot in the streets if we decided to take it back. And yet at the same point when they made that decision, similar conversations were being had. Years on, it's only been positive both for the people that have chosen to come and the communities that they've moved to. Well, I think when you do these moves, you do actually account for a lag in employment, but these are new jobs coming to Coffs Harbour, so we're looking forward to new people joining your community and making a contribution, not just economically but socially.
Whereabouts in Coffs Harbour will this regional headquarters be located?
They're decisions that AMSAR will be taking over a period of time, but Gary, who's the chair, acting CEO, might have the details.
Yes.
Jump in, Gary.
Thank you very much, Senator. Yes, so we're already negotiating for an office in the Central Business District of Coffs Harbour, which will house up to 50 staff.
What's the mixture of relocated to completely new jobs?
So that will depend on the uptake. We've already, initial indications from staff is that there are a lot of people are very interested in coming to Coffs Harbour, and you only have to look over my shoulder to see why. But there will also be opportunities for regional staff here with our shop front and other services that we'll be offering out of the Coffs Harbour regional office. So we're negotiating the lease, and I think we've signed that yesterday. We're starting building works in the new year, and by mid-year we hope to have people on the ground here in Coffs Harbour. So it's early days yet and early indications, but and our staff have been formally told early this morning, but some of the senior staff were told yesterday and other areas, but they're very, very positive. We're a maritime authority. Being in Canberra is fantastic for government and other relations, but a lot of us, like myself, are an ex-mariner, and we love the smell of salt in the air in the morning. Yeah.
Well, it makes sense then.
It does, yeah.
And I think that's the important thing to recognise about the decentralisation agenda, is that we're not moving agencies and departments, public servants willy-nilly. There's a strategic and targeted approach. They have to go through first and second business cases to ensure that it makes policy sense and economic sense to move those jobs.
Thanks very much.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'd like to talk. So all this hoo-ha for 50 jobs. All of this hoo-ha for 50 jobs.
So if we're
Yet you claim
taking 50 jobs away, you'd be
but yet you claim the Adani line is going to provide jobs. I mean, what a juxtaposition is that? I mean, how
So do you understand that the oceans are dying because of climate change? Do you understand?
He's going to grab some of this.
So 50% dies, 50% dies. Did you listen? Yeah, I know that you invested